Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Hello, hello.
Anyone here from Facebook or from Instagram?
Did anyone see our IG live or 30-second live?
With that reception and
yes.
much more familiar with the Facebook landscaping. I think we've gotten a hang of this.
I'm sorry?
I said we've gotten pretty good at this.
Yes. I would like to think so, some of us. Some of you. Hello, everyone. Where is everyone watching from? What are you guys doing? Are you guys preparing for St. Patrick's Day? Are you celebrating? Or is it Easter? Is it snowing? Is it raining? Is it sunny? What are you guys doing? It's Friday. Hello from Greece. Hi. Utah. Hi, everyone. Actually, Amber did watercolor last week.
I did something kind of like a sort of like a tie-dye design.
You know, I tried it on my butterflies.
Yeah,
I think I put too much of the color onto the wrap, then it oversaturated. But a couple were nice, but first didn't work out.
Hi, Cassie. Thank you for watching.
So I'm just going to quickly, because while we were in that 5 minutes, I saw the notification, and so we already received stars today and last week's.
Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. There's 2 slides.
Wow. 2 slides. I was gonna. Yes, thank you.
And recently, there's questions with regards to that. So where's my picture here? So it's in the comments section to send stars if you're so inclined. And you can find that. Oh, no, not this one. So many buttons.
I know.
I just said we were getting good at this.
Basically 100 stars equals to $1 that we will receive. The rest, Facebook keeps. So that just gives you an idea. So 100 stars equals to $1. Thank you, everyone, for your support.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Where's the button here? Okay. So who's going first today?
I'll go first.
Oh, should we explain? You want to explain, Han, that there's 2 of us that decorate?
Yes. So for those of you who are joining us for the very first time, 3 of us do lives on Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern time. That's a New York time. And you can see the live either on Facebook or YouTube. And each Friday, 2 of us decorate, and somebody is manning the controls and reading the comments. Today, Amber of Sweet Amps. Can you wave? Hi, because we don't have the. I don't see the names. And Marlene of Montreal Confections. She's going to decorate today, and they both, I think, will be decorating some Easter cookies. So it's super exciting, right? Or no? Am I wrong?
Yeah, where's it?
Am I wrong?
Which? Here. Do we play the today? Woohoo!
Thank you. Well, it's not officially my birthday, but thank you.
So today we're doing a birthday theme because Han's birthday is on St. Patrick's Day. So we thought since Mar and I this is the last time
you totally fooled me. This is unexpected.
So this is your birthday celebration today.
That is so sweet.
Yeah,
thank you.
Here, he's trying to score points again.
Oh yes, Jeremy. Thank you. Thank you. That's very sweet and very, very kind. Oh, thank you so much. You too. When did you plan this?
Well,
you were all showing me all your Easter cookies.
Amber suggested it because it's the day that you're off. So, right, your birthday's a couple of weeks away, but this is the day that worked. So we were sneaky.
Thank you.
Yeah, we knew you would give us respect today.
Yes, it's on 17th. Hi.
So, no St. Patrick's Day and no Easter today. birthday cookies.
Awesome.
Something that, you know, everybody needs ideas.
Had I known, I would pour myself a glass of wine.
No.
It is a proper time here in Spain, so it's okay. It's not 1 a.m., it's 7 p.m. Hi, thank you, Lynn. Cookies
She's
for
not
everybody.
an afternoon drinker.
No, I'm not an afternoon drinker. Definitely not.
So, Amber, did you did you want me to go first? Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. I'll go first.
You'll go first? So here, let me switch the cameras. Or here, put your hands in and I'll put that. We'll leave Anne in the limelight for a little bit.
Oh gosh, okay, yes. This is my punishment. Hi. Yeah, I know a couple of people that are born on the same day. Actually, the funny thing, my best friend was born in the same hospital when I was young, when I was little. We were only maybe a couple hours apart. And then the principal of the school had the same birthday. So I had some, you know, privileges. Okay. Oh my, thank you. This is so pretty.
Very nice.
Now, if only I could actually like grab them and eat them.
I know. I would send them to you, but they're stale.
That's so kind of you to not send me cookies.
All right, so I'm going to be showing a few different techniques today because there's a lot of elements in this cookie. So we've got the wet on wet roses, and then transferring the lettering onto the cookie. So I think somebody had requested that last week or the week before that we show how to transfer designs into cookies. So let me just start out by doing the base layer. I'm going to get a little closer here. Okay, is that fine? All right, so I'm going to be flooding this with my flood consistency icing. I use 15 to 20 second count, so that means that when you're mixing your icing and getting it to the right consistency, you'll test it by taking a scoop of icing out of the bowl and dropping it back in, and it should take about 15 to 20 seconds for it to be smooth. And if you want a more detailed look at that, you can look at last week's live where Hani went through all the different consistencies, so you can.
That's true.
I
wonder what color that is. It's such a pretty color.
Okay, so this is Chef Master Navy Blue.
Oh.
And a little bit of burgundy wine and a little bit of forest green.
See, I'm not the only one who likes to mix the colors.
So it makes it.
But would that be like what would you call that color though?
Wedgwood.
Yes. Yeah, kind of like a Wedgwood blue.
Yes.
I got a little fuzz. And here's a fuzz for your stale cookie too.
Yum, yum, yum.
Okay.
Show us your hands. Can I see your hands? Do you have any food coloring on your hands?
No, it all came off.
Awesome.
I got it off. I had
two babies to bath. I said
two babies to bath. Yes.
Your hands are in the water.
So what did you use? Did you just water? Did you try the?
No, I just exfoliated.
Oh, okay.
And it came off like with, just washing over the last few days. I call this, either Wedgwood blue or like dusty blue.
It's pretty.
I'm using my scribe tool. The cookie cutter, the scribe tool, the colors, everything here, I think, almost everything that I'm using here is available in the Global Belly store. So if you just go to like my Facebook shop, you'll see the links to that.
I'm gonna add the link in the comments. Okay. So,
oh, thank you.
Member store, Global Belly.
Earlier, Jeremy had asked if you are cat people or dog people, because I posted a TikTok earlier today with my cat
I'm a bunny people.
Oh, bunny. Oh.
But I love all the animals. Funny thing, a couple days ago, I was going for a run up the mountains, and the cat, like domestic cat, I'd never seen a cat climb a rock. Like it was it's a rock, it's a rock, and it acted like a wild, like a wild cat, but it was a tiny little cat, but it didn't have trouble getting up the,
Yep.
rock.
I'm just cutting a small hole in my tipless bag here. So this color is Chef Master Burgundy wine mixed with a little bit of the blue.
And you, Mar, you're a...
I mean, like you say, I love like all animals, but I think for my family, the dog is what suits us. I have a teenage boy that's a bit rough. So he likes the dog allows, I think, for a bit more rough play,
Mm-hmm.
So
I also had a hamster, Avis, or Avis. I had a hamster once. It's I kept waking him up because they sleep during the day, I think. Am I wrong or am I right?
I don't know anything about them.
I think they sleep during the day, so I would keep waking him up, wanted to play, and he bit me.
Oh.
Like he was actually hanging on my finger.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, I never had a hamster. So now I'm just using the scribe tool to shape this icing into little roses. And I do have like a very detailed tutorial on this technique as part of my premium video tutorial. So that's on my Patreon. If you go to, it's on the screen there. So my all access patrons and my VIP patrons have access to those videos.
Let's see if we can get the link in the comments.
Okay, so now I'm gonna add some leaves. This color is forest green plus the navy blue and burgundy wine to get these two shades of green.
very nice.
And
Do
this
you always like to mix your? I recently noticed that you are mixing more, you use mixing using the color wheel more and more. Is it something that you always did, or?
I mean, I always, I was mixing color, like I would use the Wilton Colorite system a lot, which is only 8 colors, so you basically have to mix them. And then I got Chef Master colors, and they have such a wide range of them that I wasn't really mixing a lot, but I don't know, now it's like if the navy blue is now like a little bit too blue, so I want to tone it down, and it's like hard for me to just use the colors straight out of the bottle. Unless I'm going for like a neon color. Okay. Now I'm going to put some dots of the light shade of green. And then a little dot of the dark green.
Have you ever tried, Amber, to do the wet on wet, like with paint?
No, I have not. I'm actually like not that good with paint on paper or canvas. Yeah, it's weird. Like I can do like almost anything on a cookie, but if it's on paper, I'm not that good at it.
Your kryptonite?
Yeah.
That's
all right.
weird.
So now since your birthday's on St.
painting.
Patrick's Day, I'm gonna wait for this to unfreeze. Okay. I'm gonna put some little shamrocks in the corners for St. Patrick's Day birthday.
A very special touch. Thank you. I didn't know about St. Patrick's Day until I came to US.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm. I did not know about that.
Your mom's disagreeing with you. I think that's what.
Oh,
Yes.
I know. She would.
Yes. Oops.
Yeah. My mom is an artist. She paints and draws.
So you did you? Oh, you did the 2 shades of green to make your
Yeah.
your little clo. My head was turned. I didn't see. I thought you used the blue again, but you did your green.
Yeah, just the light green and the dark green. It's kind of crusting over too much, though, for me to get a good.
We've been talking too much.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to stop talking and just work.
Hi, Justin. Just wanted to say hello. Oh, I think, is Tara your friend?
Yeah. Hi, Tara. What'd she say? I didn't see.
Hi, Mom. Janet Spiegel. Saying. Oh, and belated happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, yep. It was my mom's birthday in January.
And my mom's as well. They share the same birthday.
Let me show you how much better they turned out on this one, though. There we go.
Oh, what was wrong with the one you made?
It was just crusting over too much, so I didn't really get a good shape.
Oh.
So you just have to, this one's okay. You just have to work a little bit faster, and it's
so dainty. I love it.
So this is totally dry. So before you do the next step, you have to let this dry overnight to make sure it's like completely dry.
Amber, you know your recipe that you have that like lasts longer to work, you know, your window? Do you always make that recipe even when you're not making wet on wet cookies?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I don't think about what designs I'm doing. I just make a batch of icing and it's always the same every time. Okay, so I'm going to be using this. I typed this up on Canva, you know that app?
Yes, yes.
And I just printed out this template here and I uploaded this to Patreon. So if you want to get this template, or you can just make your own, it's very simple. Just pick a font you like, type it up, print it out.
Does the Canva, I don't know that app, does it allow for sizing? Like, because your cookie cutter is, let's say, 4 inches wide, does it allow you to size that?
Yes, but I took this into Photoshop and then brought up the ruler grid so that I could actually measure it, because I don't know that they have.
You can
Canva.
In the Canva, you can create your own template based on the size of your, let's say your cookie or shape you're doing, and then you could do it. But I don't know how accurate would it be.
Yeah,
Photoshop is probably more accurate than Canva, but Canva is great. I use Canva all the time.
Yeah, I love it.
Do you have the premium or just the basic?
I have the paid version.
You have the paid version, yeah, and you get a lot.
I mean, there's so many fonts and like just awesome. Yeah, it's really great for everything, basically. Okay, this is just a regular piece of tissue paper that you would use in like a gift bag. It's not coated or anything, so we want the ink to bleed through the paper. So like, it's hard, you know, you can't really tell in the store what kind you're buying, but I get this one from Nashville Wraps, and that works really well for this technique. So I'm using, got a little choppy there. Back, okay. I'm using an edible ink marker. So I know she's gonna be 5. I can't believe it. This is a Food Doodler brand marker. It's got a fine tip. I'm not using my brush pens today because you need to put a lot of pressure on these. And if you press on the brush tip, it's not gonna work right. It's just gonna get all squished. So I'm using a very fine tip marker, Food Doodler. So I'm just gonna trace this.
Those are great. I like the food doodlers.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
they
me
were the first ever to make those.
I think, yeah, I remember these from like way, way back.
Well, I watched one of their videos on YouTube, and they actually were approached by Pop-Tarts Pop-Tarts wanted to do some sort of a promotional thing, and so they used to make something else, I guess, and they wanted a marker to put in with the Pop-Tart so people could draw on their Pop-Tarts, and that's how markers were born.
Oh, that's
really?
so cool.
Oh, you did tell me about that. You know, this technique saved me an order once. I don't have a copy cake or any projector. This was years ago, and I was doing a motorcycle, and I used this to make the motorcycle cookies.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it saved me. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like it's difficult to do it without a projector. To
Yeah,
make all
so
the
I should.
cookies the same.
Right. That's why I do this. I don't have a projector. So this is just a very low-tech way to transfer design onto a cookie. Okay, so I'm not worrying about like the different thicknesses right now. I just want to trace it and get it onto the cookie at this point. So now I'm going to take the tissue paper and put it on the cookie, and then you can just center it.
Bye, June.
Oh,
Yes.
bye.
Jeremy is saying that he tried other food edible pens, and then they didn't work as well.
Yeah, some of them are not great.
Yeah, so the Chef Master is good.
The Chef
or
Master.
food doodler.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now this time I'm going over it again, but I'm going to put pressure on it. So we want the ink to bleed through the paper onto the cookie. So you might have to go over the line a couple times.
I'm just looking at potential like issues. Have you ever gotten the ink on your hand? You know, like your hand's resting. Like, do you get food color on your hand? Do you understand what I'm saying, Amber?
Yeah, I try not to rest my hand. I have it lifted. It's not touching the cookie.
Because then I'm worried if you rest your hand with the food color on your next cookie, right?
Yeah, that could be a problem. Yeah, so just make sure that your hand is not touching.
Oh, Cynthia, Jeremy had mentioned he tried Delton food markers and that it didn't work for him as well as with the Chef Master or food doodlers. Good question. Would it be okay to weight the tissue down so your text doesn't move?
Sure, if you have something, like I've actually in the past have taped it down in the corners on the edges so that it doesn't move. But yeah, do like either hold on to it or put something to keep it in place.
So how many cookies can you do without breaking through the tissue paper?
I was able to do 3 at a time with one piece of tissue paper before it starts to really rip.
It does rip, but it didn't stop. Like I even used the rip ones. It kind of just gives you a little bit of an outline. It froze a little.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll come back. It's just, yeah, there we go.
It's about getting reference points, I guess, if you're not right.
Yeah, like this isn't going to be a perfect, transfer, but it's just to kind of help you along.
Amber is using tissue paper from Nashville Wraps, correct?
Yeah. All right, so now I'm just going to lift a corner of it to see if it's transferred. All right, looks good.
Oh my, it's very
That's
dark.
pretty good. Yeah, it's not always that good, but that was pretty good.
So do you find when your marker's like at the end of its game, it's not ideal to use that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to use like a good,
Fresh one?
kind of a fresh one. Yeah.
Have you guys ever tried to fill your markers, like refill them? I've never tried that.
No, I have not.
I have tried refilling.
And success? No success?
No, it was a success. It just, you have to be kind of patient with it, because the cartridge inside, you have to give it some time to absorb the color.
So
If
would
you
you
do
just put straight food coloring in it?
I did. I mixed it with. I think I mixed it with alcohol, or I
Okay.
did the airbrush. The airbrush color was pain because I put too much, and then it was leaking. So I had to I had to wear a glove. But I would give it some time, because like it's a long cartridge. So if you just pour food coloring in it and let it sit, it's not gonna. So you have to do it like by drops.
Wow.
To kind of, but it does like if you are in a pinch, like if like I remember I ran out of brown, so I used it with brown, and it did work. You could do white. You actually can make your own white marker. I think you can use yellow and just rinse it out. Take the white cartridge out and rinse it out really, really well, and then load it with white food color.
They just came out. I haven't tested it yet, but I've got a white marker.
Is that the white marker you have?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm using medium consistency icing, which is like soft peak. And this is a PME tip 1.5. When I do writing, I like to use the 1.5. It just seems to come out better than using a 1. This is actually like, it's smaller than a Wilton 1, even though the number is 1.5. And the tip is like more elongated than a Wilton tip. It just makes it like, I only have one PME tip, and then I use it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? You only have one?
Yeah.
Well, I have 2, so it's not like I have a lot. But I know a lot of people. Arlene from Chua.
Yeah.
I think she has like, I don't know, 100 maybe.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah, she has a lot. PME tips are tips. They are seamless tips. They're really great for, especially for writing, right?
Yes.
Because the icing comes out really nicely out of the tip. But one thing, they can be expensive.
They're expensive,
$6 a piping tip.
Yeah. So I just use Wilton tips and a Tico for flooding or whatever. Okay, now for the cursive part. Okay, so now I have my template here, so I know where the thick areas are. So I'll just increase my pressure in those spots.
I see you're not using a lot of icing in your bag. Is that something that you would recommend when you're doing letters?
Yeah, it makes it easier to squeeze. Also, I mean, this is like less than I would normally have, but I just ran out. So this is the last of my icing. I would probably have it like filled halfway up to there, ideally.
How are you closing the bag?
Oh, this is a bag tie.
Oh, those Wilton bag ties.
Wilton, yeah.
In these, the tipless bags here, I just tied it.
Girl it. Amber's classes are on Patreon. The link is on the screen there, patreon.com/sweetanns.
Yes.
Susan says that PME sells markers that come with a small pot that you put the pen into, the refillable ink, and after 3 hours of soaking, you're good to go again.
Oh,
Okay.
that's cool.
Good to know. Thank you for sharing that. There's so many cool gadgets that are out there, and we obviously don't know about all of them. So it's helpful when you share. Oh, I don't know. Hey, oh God, that's a good question. I think you can get actually a clear pad, right? Like a clear without the ink, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you can soak it with.
Well, I
Right.
actually ordered from AmeriColor. They have a stamp ink that they came out with specifically. I've not tested it, but they have a like.
And does it come with a pad that you use?
No.
So I guess you have to. Okay, so you have the ink, but you have to get a pad.
Yes, or you can use. I mean, in a pinch, you could soak a paper towel, I guess.
Yes, you could do that. Oh, everyone.
Or you know what else might work, which isn't, you could do in a pinch, is those like makeup pads. They have like these foamy makeup pads you can get at the dollar store.
I have used those. I have used that. I forget. I have used that on something, but I would, yes. I used it on a stamp, and I stamped the frosting sheet years ago. Yes, that's a good idea. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Oh, that was for you, Hen, because it's your birthday.
Thank you. Can you write in cookies with a tipless bag, or do you need a PME tip? You can write on cookies with a tipless piping bag.
Yeah, sure.
People do. Yes. It just depends on what you are comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
And how much you want to invest into cookie decorating.
Right.
Gorgeous, Amber. And the other aspect, because Jeremy is saying he also likes the makeup pads, is usually those are food safe, because it's like all the regulations with regards to makeup and all that. It's all got to be right. You're basically, it's like your eyes and your all that. So
what you could do with the pads as well, I done that. You can you can create a different kind of a watercolor or technique on a cookies where you use using it as a sponging on cookies, like a painting design or something like that.
This was a PME 1.5 for the writing.
I'll write it in the comments. So
and now I just switched it to a Wilton 2 to do a border.
Oh, it's in the comments. Thank you, Julie. Fabiola, hi, your Mexican connection.
Yes.
Hi, we missed you. I think I haven't seen you in a while. It's a beautiful combo, beautiful as usual, so elegant.
Thank you.
Oh, Byron, many times, so many mistakes. Oh, well, I try not to call them mistakes. They are
learning experience.
Learning experience. That's what, you make a mistake and you learn from it, hopefully.
Exactly.
Although I sometimes, with the meringues, I make meringues. I know Amber makes meringues as well. So I leave them in the oven, right? And oftentimes I bake them at night and I leave them in, and then in the morning I will turn the oven on and I forget. And you think that would teach me a lesson, but it happens. It happens so many times. But yes, I make mistakes all the time.
So somebody commented they're trying to send stars on Dessert Network. Dessert Network isn't monetized yet, so if you want to help us out with that, you could follow the Dessert Network. We are trying to get it to 10,000 followers. So
yes, that's on Facebook, Dessert Network. It's beautiful. I could frame it. Somebody was posting on Instagram, or I saw it somewhere, how to basically shellac your cookies. There is a product.
Oh, cool.
She used on. Thank you.
Thank you, Grandma.
That you can apply on your cookies, and she used it from both sides, and you kind of preserve it for future generations, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool. My dad has done that with some of the things that I've made.
Oh yeah, so he's used the
Just like
wood.
the stuff he uses for wood.
Yeah. He used the stuff that he uses for his woodworking.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if he was to cut you essentially cookies, right? Like little, you know what I mean?
Yes, I have one that I've been meaning to decorate.
Oh, you mean from wood?
It's wood, yeah.
It's wood. Oh, that would be neat.
I'm gonna need another one.
Oh, and you know what you could use? I've used that, and I actually have it. It's I piped with it. It's like a fake. I don't know what's it called.
Oh, yeah.
I piped. You can pipe on wood with it. I've done things with it with a piping bag, and it dries hard, and then you you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's it called.
Well, the thing I would think, because it's happened to me with the cookies, sometimes you save, like the royal icing detaches off of the cookie. Have you guys ever had that happen?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So I would imagine it would happen on the wood.
Probably would, yeah.
Oh, with the royal icing, yes, but not with the stuff I'm talking about. I've done that. I've done that, and I have it. It's like a paste kind of a thing, but you can pipe with it.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Caitlin.
Yes, you could put Happy Mother's Day on it as well. Any good tips? So let's start with Amber. Do you have one tip? Can you say one tip? What's your best tip for a beginner?
You have to use
okay, you can do two
things, but
go ahead. Go ahead.
Starting with a good royal icing recipe.
Oh, yes.
Don't add too much water to your icing. Yeah, good.
How about you, Mar? What's your
Don't get too hung up on your cookies looking perfect like the first 10 tries. It's okay if they don't look like everything you're seeing. You know, people curate their content. If we make cookies, we're obviously picking the nicest ones to put on our Instagram account. So is everyone else. So don't worry about being perfect. You're learning, and be kind to yourself. Never mind saying I'm not good and I'm this and I'm that. You have 2 hands, you're healthy, you're capable. It's all good. Practice makes perfect. Be kind to yourself.
Yes, all of the above.
That's it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I would say get some basic tools and just have fun. You know, it's not supposed to be excruciating experience. It should be fun. And everybody progresses at different
Exactly.
speed. So for somebody, you know what I mean? Like everybody has different milestones. So give yourself a little break.
Exactly. And it should be fun. So if you're you know, putting so much pressure on yourself, it's not much fun.
Oh, good question. This is a good question. Okay, Caitlin, how do you know when your royal icing is overmixed? I see that a lot in cookie groups, but you can't tell how to identify that or how long I should mix my icing so it doesn't happen. I find that it's overmixed when it's like stretchy or something, like it's hard, right? How do you
well, like when it's in the bowl, if it's has a lot of volume, it's overmixed. Like I mix like speed 2 on my stand mixer for 3 minutes, no longer than 5 minutes. So I'm not whipping it up to make it very fluffy. And I don't really know if it's overmixed until it's too late, you know, like when I'm flooding with it and it's not drying.
It's like I don't know if the cookies are burning until they're black.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah. But don't you think it's almost like gluish? Like when it's like, I don't know, I find like it's like
but that's something to look out for.
Okay, so I should get started. I'm looking at the time.
It's Friday, so come on, it's okay, we can go a little over time. I'm gonna grab a glass of wine and okay, what did you make?
What did I make? Well, I don't have a finished one like Amber had a finished one. Here, let me switch the camera dance. Woo! Musical cameras. All right. So here's my tray. So I'm just going to run
Oh
through.
my.
Can I back this one? No, the other way.
Oh, you used your, I see you used perforated mat.
I did use the perforated mat, so it's cookie pops. So to start, I'm just going to play a few little videos that I pre-uploaded. So we're going to look at cookie pops. So I want to show, where's my video here? So this is, I press, now this I'm using a paper straw. I press the straw into the cookie and I bake the cookie upside down. So the straw is essentially underneath the cookie. And so when you're done baking it, well, you have this kind of like indentation around the straw. I'll play it again. So I'm putting icing just to fill that gap around the straw, not so much to hold it in space, but so that when I flood the cookie, that runny icing doesn't dip in there and create a pothole around the straw, okay? So normally I would use a lollipop stick, but in this case, you're gonna see why I used a straw. And if you watched the episode where I was on the Christmas cookie challenge where I used straws, I like straws. So that's like, we'll see why I'm using a straw later. And so this is the cake. I'm just quickly showing you because again, it's alive, so certain things have to be dry. So I just filled the bottom portion of the cake and you see the top, since it's the back, it's not as pretty. So I just spackled on a bit of white icing to, again, seal in the stick and to create a nicer backdrop to the cookie. Now, when you're making cookie pops, there's a lot of different ways to make cookie pops. I went looking and I did find here, let me copy paste this. Of course, it's going to open it. Hold on, I'm going to get the.
I actually have a very detailed blog post about cookie pops.
Do you? So
Yes.
here's the video.
But I don't do, but it's a smart thing to do. I haven't had the dipping thing, like around the lollipop stick. I haven't had that happen, but I usually add little like icing first there. So,
Okay.
But it's not stiff like yours.
So this here is a couple of photos I found on the internet. So generally what I've seen is people push the stick into the cookie. So then you've got cookie on both sides. Here they've pressed the cookie down into the stick into the cookie and added a bit of cookie dough. What happens here is you've got cookie on both sides. And depending on the structural of your cookie, sometimes, especially when you add icing and it sucks in some of that moisture, well, you're going to have your cookie pop fall right off the stick. So by having cookie on one side and icing on the other, well, you're essentially cementing that stick. Like royal icing is edible concrete. So it's what's holding the thing really in place. And so we're going to decorate. So here's the balloon. Here I've got 3 colors and I just want to show so this is basically like to give it a more graphic look. So a balloon is kind of a boring cookie, really, if you know, a big red circle or a big blue circle. So this is a way to make it a little bit more interesting. So you can see the edge is the darkest. And the blue and the yellow, the transition from, I did add white dots and they get a little bit lost there. You can't see them that well. So maybe I should have taken this blue a little bit darker. So I'm showing that just so you guys can learn from that mistake. I do like the red version here. You can see the white dot quite well.
Well, do you think you could make it more than if such a thing happens, you could use marker and outline and make it more?
I guess I could use a black marker and kind of outline those areas, but I mean, it would just be to make sure that so this is 3 shades of blue, to make sure that your lightest shade is at least darker than the white, you know?
That makes sense, yes.
And so here, as simple as this is, well, I mixed 9 plus the white 10 colors to make these 3 goofy cookies. So you want to factor that in when you're designing this type of stuff.
Thank you so much. That's a lot of mixing. I can appreciate the mixing time.
So here's the yellow one, you see? So
yeah, that's a lot of bags, yes.
That's a lot of bags for a balloon, I got to tell you. But I just show, like, just to make something that's simple, a little bit more interesting and a little bit more graphic is what I was going for here. There's a few comments that, is it?
We all feel the same way, I think.
Oh yeah.
So
Although I think we all the same. Yeah.
Well, I think the alternative option would be to airbrush. So if you have an airbrush, what you would do is you would have a first pass, then you would shield this little area, and then you could do a second pass, make it the next shade, and then shield, and then go the darkest. So then that would be the easiest way. Then you wouldn't have to mix all those colors. So that's kind of, you know,
maybe you can address this with an airbrush. Can it be? Do you have any good tips for making a checkered pattern with royal icing?
With royal icing, Amber, you do that?
Yeah, I just did a black and white checkerboard cookie. Like it was before Valentine's Day, I think. So if you go on my YouTube channel or my blog, you'll see the hearts with like the black and white checkerboard. And then there's a link to my post about making black royal icing, which has tips on how to make the black icing so that you don't get color bleed between the black and the white icing. Because that's like pretty much the biggest problem that I think people have with making a checkerboard is that the colors bleed. So,
do you have the mat?
The mat's in my store, on my shop on Facebook. So this is a perforated mat. That's what causes this pattern here on the back. So I'm using the actual cookie cutter to repeat the curve. So I'm laying it on. Where am I? And I'm just using the same marker that Amber was using, a food doodler, and I'm just marking off the section that I want to have the dark, and then here like a jelly bean for the lightest of the colors. So you don't have to have guidelines, but I find it's helpful when you're trying to repeat a design. So like I say, this is like, you know, the white you're using for all of them, but it's a lot of mixing. So if you're not keen on that, you maybe want to simplify, or if you have an airbrush, use that. Of course, I don't have my needle.
We can also, we should also mention that I'm going to say that Marlyn has shop on Global Belly as well. I'm putting in the link into the comment section, and if you look, Marlyn has several Easter decorating kits available. So if you wanted to check those out.
Wow, already Easter kits up?
Yes. I'm so behind. I'm just working on some, but they actually just put them up, Mar. So they're up.
Oh.
They're up on the website. I put the link in the. Did it go through? Yes, it did. So you guys can check it out. It's a really fun activity.
Yes, there's 2 fun projects. I don't know if they put both up. So now I've got, this is the lightest of the blues, and I don't know if my icing has changed consistency since I prepared it, but we're gonna muscle through and see. So right away, you want to do all your colors so that they all heal together, so that basically it looks like it's one fill, even though you're using 3 colors. So that's why it's called wet on wet. You're adding it while everything is still wet. You're not waiting in between colors.
Yes, Jeremy, I believe this is a sweet sugar bell.
Yes.
Cutter.
So my hand is being steadied. My piping hand is being steadied by my hand that's essentially not doing anything. So since it's slacking off, I'm keeping it busy, holding my piping hand, so that if I shake, well, it's gonna kind of stabilize it. If you do shake, that's kind of the way to control that a bit.
And this is about 20 seconds, right? You like to use slightly thicker icing, right?
Yes.
No, slightly, I mean, for flooding.
No perimeter, because there's no perimeter. So here it's falling off, okay? So I'm using the needle, and I'm just passing on the cookie, and I just shaved it off. And it stopped it from spilling off the cookie. And now I'm going to drop my reflection dots, which are pointless because they're barely visible, but we'll do them symbolically.
Brianna is asking, do you always start with light and then go to dark?
I don't think the order matters. That's kind of the one I just jumped on. You can do whatever, you know, you want to do. And now I'm connecting to the medium blue. And I'm going to fill what's left.
Oh, Brianna is getting some terrible bleed. She's working on some character cookies. Yeah, but a bleed is
Butter bleed?
I guess I think the color bleed.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Try to speed up the drying process, and as always, it depends on so many factors, doesn't it? It's the royal icing. If it's overmixed, it can bleed, right?
If it's
then
overmixed,
you have then you have if it's too watery, or depends on the food coloring. Sometimes it can also play a role in bleeding.
So here
how fast your royal icing dries. Sorry.
Hiding the straw here. So these straws are the natural ones. So it did absorb some of the fat from the cookie. So if you want, you can cut it so that it's more kind of at the cookie there. But that's the balloon. And the cake. So the straw, you can see it here. Where's my marker? And so I'm just going to draw on quickly. I want to mimic the shape of this wonky cake, kind of. So there are the straws. What am I saying? The candles. So where's my bead tray? Let's start with the thing that we don't want to get on everything. So if you're working with sprinkles and you only want them in a certain area, that's what you should start with, so that when you add, I just stuck my arm in icing. So I'm just piping a straight chunky line here of white icing, and I'm going to coat that in sprinkles. And so when you're working as a beginner, you don't have to spend a lot of money. They have some nice sprinkles at the grocery store. Like these are Cake Make. And you can just match your cookie colors to your sprinkles, and that's a great way to tie them into your set. So you look in the sprinkles and you say, you know, I want to work with maybe 3 or 4 of these colors.
Yes, Brianna. It could also be meringue powder. Oh, you know, CK, it's called Red CK meringue powder. Somebody just posted on Instagram they are looking because they changed their formula or something.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Zoe from Whipped Bake Shop. So they are looking for an alternative because apparently their new formula is not working for them. I wonder, you know, like it could really be something small that they changed.
So is Golden sold out everywhere? Because I usually get it. You can get it at Walmart.com for a pretty good price.
You mean the Wilton one?
Brianna was saying that the Wilton, I think it was Brianna that said it earlier.
Yeah, Brianna, yeah. I don't know which one she's using now, but the Wilton, yeah, it should be available, right? I mean.
Yeah, if anyone sees it online and knows where to get it, post it in the comments. Because I usually just go to Michael's with the 40% off coupon.
Yeah, exactly.
And a mask.
Yes, of course.
Now I've got a stiffer blue. I just wanted the candles to have a bit of texture.
Oh,
that's so cute.
That is so cute. Now who's gonna make me a birthday cake?
So I'm just
cute.
Do you make your own birthday cakes usually?
Yes, but this year I think I'm gonna go with a dessert that I loved as a kid. It's a bit of a, it's a pastry more of it. It's not puff pastry. It's pâte choux, and it's filled with I think it's a pâte choux filled with Bavarian cream and then caramel whipped cream.
Wow.
And then on top, it's I don't know if I'll have time, but that's something that I would really like. But the only thing is, it's like you make so many, you make the whole batch, and what am I gonna eat? We can't really socialize here, so it's kind of difficult. Oh, the candles, that is so pretty.
I love that.
I'm not there. So now I'm in the middle of the yellow. Oh, I got blue on the I just am adding a little dot of the medium red to the center of the candle. And you can give it a little pull of the flame. The cake is done. If you want, you could write something on it, but there's not a whole lot of room.
I love that.
And so I'm just going to switch camera to show. So this is the box. And so the big thing when you're making bouquets is, whoops, the wrong side.
Oh, you went all out, huh?
So this is why I did straws. So you could, let's say you had to make a lot of bouquets. You were doing maybe edible centerpieces. Well, you could assemble all this with your sticks and then just pop on the straw. You see it, just slide it on.
Oh, that's so
And
smart.
so you just have to make sure
So
your
clever.
stick is smaller than the straw, but then you can quickly assemble your bouquet, like when,
Yeah.
you know, because this
Super
takes
clever.
wrapping the foam, putting in all the nice tissue paper. Then you could come in and boom, 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 boom. And you could even wrap your cookies. If you have a bit of a longer straw, well, you tape it up and then your cookies sealed at the straw. And then you can still pop your straws on your sticks.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason for the straws. And that's it. Happy birthday.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank
So
you,
here's
both of you.
kind
You
of like-
sneaky little things. You have not, like, they did not. That's why I was like, I said we're doing Easter, and they were all like, are you sure?
But you see, here's the little
It
set.
definitely surprised me. Thank you so much.
There.
Love it.
I'll put it back just to show. So you want to try to use the same colors. Again, see already I mixed 10 colors for the balloons. So try to use those colors on the cake.
Yeah.
Or else you're
Yeah.
going to go full crazy.
You used a lot of colors.
That's it.
That's a great idea.
Oh, I want to show that. So they asked before about my white marker. So let's try it. This, I bought it.
Oh, yes.
I never tried it. So here,
Try
let's
it. All right.
All right. Yes. I like it. All right. Let's do it.
So
Okay.
here's it's called Fractal, the seller or the manufacturer, Fractal. It's from the UK, I think. Hungary.
I can't wait to buy some new stuff. It's like it's such a big roll.
I'm just going to
I
add a
haven't been
little
buying it.
reflection in the red areas just to see, like, I've never used it. So let's see if it even, maybe it's not.
Activated or something.
Yeah.
Some of these, is there something that, like something on, like you have to push,
Like push it into the
like you have,
or something.
like some of the lipsticks, there's like it works like a pen.
I'm trying it on paper right now.
Pen. Okay, so Laura is asking, I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, sorry. What do you guys do with all these cookies you make since you don't sell anymore?
Well,
I have a lot in boxes.
Amber is he's hiding them from her children.
Yeah. And then when if I can, I'll work on a project, like I'll do one thing and then it'll sit there for a week before I get back to it. So they go stale before I can give them away.
Yeah.
But I tried, if I can get the project done fast enough, I'll give them to people to eat.
Yeah,
So-
same here.
So I'm writing on myself, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then when I go here on the red,
I think it will, like, if you can see it, you can definitely see it now. Yeah. I think like
come out.
like like this. I don't think you would use white on red, right? So you would probably use it on like darker color.
Yeah, it would be cool for
Chalkboard or
yeah.
but you can see it. You can definitely see it, and on your hands too.
well, I'm not going to give it a raving review. So that's the white marker.
I'm surprised. She said something and then. I think it's just because of the color, like you.
Well, that's a pretty dark red.
Yes, it is. Sorry. Sorry.
Also,
Did you just
the
slap?
red is like very
Did you just slap the table?
No, I didn't mean to slap. I just put my hand down. I'm just saying.
It's okay. She's not mad. She's not mad. Don't worry, folks. Don't worry, folks.
Oh,
The cookies are safe. No harm will come to my cookies, will it?
That's right. That's right.
Okay. Mars not satisfied. But the cookie, I love the candles. Those turned out really neat. Thank you so much.
Well, it's our pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
Yeah.
So now you can collectively sing.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Too much, sorry. Much. So it seems like Wilton is out. Like they people are posting they don't like, yeah, either locally. Yeah, it could be, it could be just the stock is, the local store is affected by, unfortunately, the pandemic.
Right.
They don't have.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Amy.
What's on the back of the balloon
Oh,
cookie?
it says that Elizabeth says that she also uses the same marker and she's used it on red and she thinks that you have a defective marker.
Maybe it's.
Lucky.
I think it's maybe like you need to maybe let the color go into the
Yeah.
more. Maybe it may surprise you tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's going to surprise me tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to flip it upside down so that the ink is going to the thing, and I'll try it again tomorrow. But really, at the end of the day, it's not really, I mean, when you're on a live stream, you want something to work. I don't know what's on the back of the cookie. The back of the cookie is a cookie and a straw and icing.
Oh, Angela, there's no reason to freak out. That's awesome.
Yeah, it sounds exciting.
That's awesome. Sounds exciting. I don't know, but we've all been there. There are times, we all freak out, but it's exciting. Don't let that freak you out.
Yeah, maybe Dr. Seuss. It was Dr. Seuss's birthday yesterday, the day before, right?
Yeah, they're doing the whole week at school, like wacky hair day, and
Oh, that must be fun, though.
it's very cute.
Yeah, that must be cute. You have those overachiever moms sending their kids in the full gear. Hey, I was an overachiever mom, I know.
You certainly were not. You were sewing their own costumes, weren't you?
Sure.
Yes. So what's your favorite pen for creating a stencil mark or guides on the cookies to begin? Sorry if I missed it earlier.
Well, we were both today using the food doodler.
Yes.
That's a good one for that because it's a fine tip, and you can, for what I was doing, you need to press hard on it.
And they're affordable.
Yeah.
I also like a gray marker. If you are for certain transfers, I like to not with the tissue method, obviously, that Amber was using today, but the gray, they call it silver marker, rainbow dust, but it's not really silver, it's gray. And it works great because you don't see the lines, like you see the lines with your eye, but
yes.
very, very seldom you would see a line after you pipe over it.
Yeah.
So it hides your guide, basically.
And if you missed any of this video today, it's going to be posted on all of our Facebook pages and YouTube channels, so you can watch the whole thing over again if you missed any of it.
Yes, or go back to the part that was more interesting than the rest.
All right, it's
Our nonsense. Well, next week, who's working next week? I think it's Amber and Han, right? Or
I think I'm
it
off next week.
You're off, so it's me and Han. So what are you gonna wow us with?
I'm thinking maybe
your rabbit.
I'm thinking, well, the rabbit. I need to work on the rabbit. Yes, the rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
Rabbit or bunny girl, or I don't know what I want to call it, but Yes, probably that. Oh, but we were saving that for the airbrushing with Amber. But I know I'm gonna do that with Mar, because Easter is coming up really.
Yeah.
It's so quick. We'll be here before we know it. And before we let you go, I wanted to. So Amber has all her. If you are looking for some fun activity, if you're friends, family, you can shop at globalbelly.com. All of us actually now have our own stores on globalbelly.com, and we all have different kits there available. Where is Mar? Do you have your?
There? I don't really have a slide per se.
Okay, you don't have a slide. All right, so
in my shop like this. This is the shop, so it's on my web Facebook. There's a link shop, and everything is linked there.
Everything is linked there. I don't have a particular link here, but I am holding a decorating class over at Global Belly on April 10th, and I hope you guys can join me. And okay, how do I? Okay, I'm not usually the one manning all the pictures, so it's a while to like, okay, what do I click? All right, guys. So I think we can wrap it up today. Thank you for joining us.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next Friday.
All right.
Yes.
Bye.
Happy
Bye,
birthday
guys.
again.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Bye.